Look, I know that Macs aren't the best computers for gaming, but for some of us, it's all we happen to have. I, for one, didn't know that I liked cozy gaming so much until way after the fact that I already had a Mac. And I don't always favor buying a game on my Mac when I know I can already get it on my Switch. So I have 8 games for you today, all of cozy nature, all robust enough that I wanted to share with you, and none of which are available in the Nintendo eShop. The first cozy game I have for you today you might have heard of before. It's called Sunhaven, and yes, it is only available in early access, but I have already seen people logging 50 to 100 hours into this game, so I know it is just as addictive as Stardew Valley. Sunhaven is a fantasy farming sim similar to Stardew Valley with the addition of magic, monsters, and dragons. Through hard work, you'll have the opportunity to upgrade and decorate your farm, restore shops, and attract new neighbors. As you complete quests and earn experience, you can work your way through the main questline and discover new towns. It's up to you to decide how you spend your time in these 2 places, but each route you take will influence how your skills progress. There are 15 romanceable characters to discover and fall in love with, and unique monsters to face on your journey to becoming the hero of Sunhaven. Play on your own for a solo adventure, or build and level up your skills with up to 8 friends. This is really giving me Stardew Valley vibes with a lot of twist in it. And if early access scares you, I completely understand, but I urge you to give this game a chance. It can only help the development, and it seems pretty put together already. But with that said, let's move on to the next one. The next game I have for you is a strategy sim. In Spellcast University, your job is to build a prestigious university of mages. Use a magic deck of cards to place rooms and unlock new ones through the magic you teach within your school. Recruit teachers and manage the budget to set the tone for your magic academy. Will your school be a place to learn black magic or a sanctuary of harmony with nature? Customize each room with powerful artifacts and different furniture types. Manage the well-being of your students and take note of their personality traits as you accept them into your school. A promising future might just unlock a new bonus for you. But be sure to create an environment where mages prosper quickly as to avoid the attacks from orc tribes and keep up with the requirements set up by the education authorities. With randomized cards, this game has endless replayability options, so if you're looking for a management sim with different paths to take, definitely check this one out. Next on this list, we have a cozy, relaxing, action-adventure game, and yes, it is both. Lens Island combines building, farming, crafting, and skill-based combat into this cozy open-world island. You're new to this small town on a beautiful island, and with just a few tools in your backpack, you embark on a journey to build a home for yourself. Gather local resources and set out to build a fully customizable home with modular building features. Farm and tend to your crops to grow food to keep you energized on your journey, or grow exotic plants and flowers to sell back to villagers in exchange for gold. The journey is up to you, as you can grow vast large-scale farms in the forest or keep things small on your garden bed balcony. Venture out and talk to townsfolk or explore neighboring islands to discover secrets and rewards. Find hidden dungeons and test your fighting skills and engage in combat. And I know that last bit might have scared a couple of you cozy gamers, but some games are worth challenging ourselves for. And the developers did say they wanted to include a little bit of something for everyone. And yes, I'm sorry to say, this is another early access game, but we can expect a full release at the end of this year or early 2024. But if that's not soon enough for you, I have another cozy game for you right now. Next on our list is an indie artificial life sim, and I know what you're thinking, it already doesn't sound cozy, but just wait till you see it. This adorable, colorful, 8-bit simulation game is called Vilmonic, and it is an artificial life and evolution-based sandbox game. Protect and breed unique life forms and experiment with natural and artificial selection. You'll be able to build, craft tools, and change the environment through terraforming and farming. Dig up ancient tech and secrets of the past to aid in your research on these animatroids. The shape of each little creature that's bred is determined by their genes, and these shapes determine the physiology of these life forms. Each life form that you breed has a different rate at which they can metabolize nutrients and sustain hydration. The larger your life form, the more nutrients it will need. These life forms will perform differently depending on their desire or repulsion to certain environmental elements. They can be externally influenced by motion, smell, and climate, and internally influenced by hunger, stress, and thirst. With time, your little animatroids will evolve as they reproduce, and there is always a chance for mutation and possible extinction. Now, I know when you're hearing that, it doesn't sound very cozy, but you saw the game too, and didn't it look adorable? I would like to see how many species I can make go extinct, but that's just how I would play it. Next on our list is a game I'm sure you've heard of before, and that is Little Witch in the Woods, And as of February 9th, they have updated the game again. It is still in early access, but I know the developers are working to get it done. And I've heard as it stands currently, it's not a bad game to get into. Follow Ellie, an apprentice witch, as she explores the mystical forest, helps charming residents, and experience the daily life of a witch. Interact and charm your way into friendships with villagers, hear their story and develop a strong relationship, and they might just tell you their secrets. Gather materials to create potions back at your home that will help you solve problems and fill out your witch's book. Explore the woods and find unique and beautiful areas to meet creatures and find special items. This story-heavy game will eventually include more leisure life activities, as the most recent update from February 9th upgraded the game to include home customization, swimming, and a larger village to explore. So like I said, the game is in early access, but the developers are working hard to get the game going. I've already seen countless people play this game, and it is top of my list for the next game I'm going to play, so the early access on this one does not scare me one bit. But the next game on our list is fully available and ready to play, and it is a leisurely point-and-click game with a lovely story. Look Inside Chapter 1 is a challenging narrative point-and-click game that has the viewer gazing through the eyes of Manon as she finds a book in her parents' attic. Originally made in French, the game is available in English. Peruse the pages along with her as she discovers more about the past of those close to her. Each page reveals a memory into a new member of Manon's family, and you can get a glimpse into who each person was at a different time in her life. Search each page to find more about each family member's rich or failed experiences, and find details to pinpoint who experiences they really were. Complete her family tree by cross-referencing her memories, and although some of the clues can be tricky to piece together at times, this easygoing story is meant to relax and be a tribute to the people in our life who made us who we are. It pays close attention to the humanity of these people and appreciates their quality nature and, more importantly, accepts their faults. This game looks absolutely adorable, and I happen to know it's not going to make you cry, but if you are looking for something to sit down with and just get lost in, this looks like the perfect game. But if that's not the game for you, the next one on this list is a city management sim. But it's not like any other city. This city is set on the back of a dragon. Wandering Village follows the story of a small town in their efforts to escape a mysterious toxic plant that has spread across the earth. A small group of survivors sought shelter on the back of a creature named Onbu. Onbu? A small group of survivors sought shelter on the back of this creature named Onbu. Your job is to build an optimized village with thought-out production chains to make use of the limited settlement space. Foster an environment to create the best life for your villagers, or take the time to create a symbiotic relationship with Onbu. As Onbu enjoys roaming, you'll need to prepare your village for different biomes, each with its own unique climate and threats. Send out foraging missions to gather rare resources and ancient artifacts. Build your world like our ancestors did and unlock new technology, but use them wisely, as progress can be a double-edged sword. Your efforts towards survival for both Onbu and your village are sure to be challenged, so you'll need to work strategically to ensure a long life for the two of you. And yes, I'm sorry, this is another one in early access, but I swear that was it. I think like half of these games are in early access, but I wouldn't have included them on this list if I didn't think they were worth it. Mac users have slim pickings, okay? But let's just move on to the next cozy game that is not in early access, is completed, but I wouldn't really call this a traditional game. This is a recreation of a board game, one that I myself play too much. Me and my family, every single time we see each other, I think we play this game for a couple of hours at a time, and when we're not together, you can bet I'm playing it with them virtually. But fortunately, you can play this game alone or with up to 5 people. This is what I like to call Bird Game, but really it's called Wingspan. This beautiful game about birds does a fantastic job tying powers and points to each bird depending on its abilities in real life. Your goal is to create powerful combinations of birds in 3 habitats that only specific birds can find home in. Using strategy and a sophisticated set of rules, you must compete against yourself or the computer, or 5 other players locally or online, where your goal is to discover and attract more birds to your habitats. This card game allows you to attract birds with specific food combinations and pay for their safe passage with egg tokens. This eye-catching game will leave you feeling relaxed and educated. I can tell you right now, this is a great cozy game to play if you're craving a tabletop experience, but maybe don't have enough friends around you to host a board game night. Alright, those are all the Mac-compatible gaming recommendations I have for you today. This was my first time ever making a game recommendation video, so if there's anything else you'd like to see from me in the future, please let me know and I'll be sure to include it. But if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribing. I have more video game inspired content over on my channel, so be sure to give it a look. I'll see you next time. Bye!